has there been any Genjutsu in Boruto since it started in the Discord?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, also, since we're just talking about comments, okay, I saw you I added one more thing to it after,
Oh, the
but I
17th?
saw that you
Yeah.
just took a screenshot of one of them. So
Oh,
I might as well just go over the full thing.
okay, what is it?
Um, so
Oh, yeah, I
uh
did take a screenshot of something, didn't I?
yes,
Do
it
we
was
want to
kind
do
of
this
funny. So
now?
I'm gonna
I
go
figured we could do
find
this
the
later.
rest.
This might be long. We could probably do this for like a Boruto
It's
part.
not gonna no, it's not gonna be that long.
It's gonna be long
It's
in
just
my
funny.
part because I had stuff to say on that.
Oh,
If it's the one that I
okay.
screenshotted, at least.
Okay, well, the reason okay, I guess I'll just say the part that I wanted to say about it, which I thought was funny, if I can just find it real quick. Um,
Please don't be what I think you're
okay.
gonna say. Please don't be. I will not
Well,
stop myself.
so I don't know. Okay, so I interpreted it. I said this at the end.
Oh, no, it's gonna be what I think you're gonna say.
Okay, so he responded later on. Okay. So I thought he was being sarcastic because the original title was Jura. I was just changing the title constantly.
Okay.
Well, man, I might as well just see how it's doing view wise.
Oh
Not that great.
no! We're getting into a whole thing.
But I originally just had it as Jura overwhelms Boruto and whatever after. And he said it's crazy. Jura overwhelmed Boruto without hitting him even one time. I thought he was being sarcastic to say like, oh wow, he overwhelmed him, huh? I couldn't even hit him. So it's like he actually did hit him with a Witchutsu, FYI.
Bro,
So, like, he
Boruto's
did hit him.
literally bleeding in the following panel. There's blood coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. So then he was like, yes, but in the previous panel, he said he needed blah blah blah. He's basically saying he thinks he did it on purpose. And I was like, he didn't let himself get hit. That's not what's implied. But even if that was the case, he still hit him. And then he said, true, he did hit him.
So
I just
that
interpret
is where...
differently, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, so you agree he hit him at least one time. And I was like, so wait, were you agreeing with my title or being sarcastic?
Okay.
And he was saying he was agreeing from the start. He was trying to say that he proved to be levels above Boruto, even without trying to attack Boruto, basically. But I just thought it was funny because I thought it was funny because I thought he was being like, oh, you couldn't even hit him, and then immediately agreed that he did hit him.
Because we've already now just brought it up, we might as well just talk about it, since we're gonna go over the whole thing, and I knew this was gonna happen, I knew we were gonna do this. Okay, so Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, chapter 22, let me pull this up on Viz. Or actually just, better website. No, okay, I'm just gonna do Viz since... Oh wait, no, didn't we like pin this somewhere? Some pin messages, I think. It's gonna be so easy if it is. Oh, please be there. Yes, it is. Let's go. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna pull this up on Manga Plus, the best website of all time. In terms of the websites that are actually out, I'm gonna scroll down to where Boruto says.
Just know that I can't see your screen right now.
Okay, now you can. Okay, so. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we'll just start from like here. And let me go here. So, because this is like the start of the whole exchange. Well, Boruto, I'm curious, what is love? And he's doing the whole thing, his opinion. And then Jura's doing his attacks.
Boruto's making the face.
Yeah, Boruto's running away, so he's able to dodge attack, react to it. He's faster than this attack. Without planting my feet on solid ground, I can't use Uzuhiko, which is what he said earlier, that he needs to use Uzuhiko in order to take out Jura. In that case, ... This is the one panel. This is the controversial
panel. Yeah, this is what people are basically trying to say, that maybe he's planning it. But...
Everyone has their own opinion on this. I agree with those people. Because what is your interpretation of this? Do you think that Boruto has some other jutsu that he hasn't shown off yet? Because I don't think that's true based on the fact that he says he needs Uzuhiko to take down Jura. So I don't think he has some new jutsu or anything like that. What do you think he's saying by in that case?
Just scroll down for a minute.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem. Okay, so this was my problem. Scroll up. the exclamation thing makes it
Mhm.
seem like he's caught by surprise there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which makes it seem like he didn't plan to be hit by that particular tree branch.
So he doesn't have to plan to be hit by that particular tree branch. That tree branch can catch him off guard, and it can also be what he was planning for to have happened.
Okay, I'm fine with that. My only thing is the tree branch caught him off guard and genuinely hit him.
I think if you want to think it genuinely hit him, sure. I think more likely would be he didn't plan for the sword to be knocked out of his hand.
Yeah, because it seems like I was reading a comment after that's got added. I think some people think he purposefully was like yelling about the sword to make Jura interested in it, to stall and blah blah blah.
You could argue that as well. I think he definitely did plan, regardless of the hit, because he's not captured here. I think Boruto intentionally planned to get caught so he can charge Uzuhiko, and then you can say whatever about the sword. I don't think that part is the part that I want to argue more, but I do think based on this is just one exchange for this chapter. This was all set up, payoff set up for this chapter in particular. This was Boruto using Uzuhiko on Jura, the setup and the payoff, and we got all of it through this exchange, through the A story, B story, the plot and the story, through the love aspect and the Uzuhiko. They just work synonymously together. Jura asks us questions, Boruto sets up a plan, Boruto executes his plan and gives us answer. Boruto's doing his thing. Say whatever here. I'm gonna say I think he got.
Yeah, again. So again, his plan can be to get captured. All I'm saying is he just is objectively getting captured regardless of the plan. Like he just got I don't think he was ready for those wood spikes to stab him from below. I think they just did catch him, but it was fine because in the end, it's not that he was faking getting captured. It's that he knew he was going to get captured, so he devised a plan based on that fact.
I'm okay with that because that means he can do prevent versus prepare. He's essentially getting himself into a position that he knows he can't get out of because he's using himself as bait. It's like Boruto landing on the ground where Jura can reach up to grab him as opposed to continually flying through the air or whatever. Could be something he knows he can't escape from or get out of if he wanted to, but he wants to get captured, so he's doing that in the first place, knowingly.
Yeah.
Okay. And you could say the sword is part of the plan. I think either way, Boruto surprised himself with how much he cared, maybe? Maybe Boruto, like with Obito, speaking to Naruto, yelling at Naruto. I don't think Obito anticipated himself to get that worked up as he was doing it. He planned to yell at Naruto. Did he plan to yell that intensely at Naruto? I don't know. It could be the same thing with Boruto. He maybe planned to stall by talking about the sword, but then maybe he got too into it because that sword matters a lot to him and he just couldn't contain himself. Not saying that Boruto was screaming or anything, but either way. So the question, it all does come down to your interpretation of the in that case panel. I think this in that case panel was just for this chapter alone, and it's not hinting towards a future chapter. I think it was meant just for this chapter, for this exchange, and this is in the middle of the exchange.
I mean, I think that's entirely reasonable. Honestly, I kind of forgot about the panel entirely.
Same, but the people kept bringing it up.
I'm trying to think of another example. Somebody made a pain arc, Naruto Toad Stage Mode Nature Energy Gathering thing, but I was that's a little bit different because that one is Naruto just was captured, off guard, not ready, and then given that he was already captured, then came up with a plan after the fact. Yeah. He wasn't planning to get captured or making a plan knowing that he was going to get captured. It was an afterthought, which is how I originally was interpreting the Boruto thing because I forgot about the in that case panel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of a similar jutsu or a similar situation where it's like, I knew I was going to get captured anyway, so I did this. I don't want to say the Reaper Death Seal here isn't getting stabbed because that's not what I'm going for. Something else where it's like, so I have what's a good ass example? It's just like, imagine like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What's an example? Come on, there's gotta be one.
Okay. Naruto probably does something. What about Naruto versus Odoro, if you want to count that?
Versus a Bor. What about that would be similar?
It could be a situation where Naruto knows he can't win. He's going like be exhausting himself, but at the same time, he's intentionally doing this as like a trap. So it's kind of similar.
No, that's not what I'm going for. I want something like as similar to this as possible.
That is pretty similar conceptually.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it is. How is it not? I just explained how it is.
It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a scene that just is basically exactly this idea, like in a much more specifically exactly way.
Well, I just gave you one, so you must be looking for something specifically different.
It's not the one I want.
Yeah. Okay. There. I'm fine with you saying that. I'm trying to find the scene where Boruto says he needs Uzuhiko to take down Jura. Let's see, where is that?
No, I'm just gonna keep trying to think of like everything.
Yeah. He says the line about the Rasengan must have done damage, but he can't like tell or whatever. So let's see where he says that, and then
he says I'll need Uzuhiko.
Yeah. And so, because he's saying that in this chapter, and then following it up with he can't use Uzuhiko because he can't plant his feet on the ground. In that case, ... And then something happens, very same chapter, he uses Uzuhiko. I think that's all just connecting into one idea, rather than it's hinting at his secret new ability, Fluzuhiko, that he's gonna use next chapter.
No, I get what you mean there. I'm just stuck on my comparison.
Okay. Is there a war arc thing, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, okay, here it is. Here, chat, I found it. There you go. Boom. He's got to have taken some damage from the Rasengan, but I can't read him at all. I guess to take him down, I'll need to use Uzuhiko. Okay, so that's one. And then... in fact, I should just take screenshots of these, so these are all right next to one another. Just take the most important ones. Where should I put this, I guess?
Okay. Here's one. This might be the one. Neji versus Kidomaru. He knew he was going to be hit by that last arrow anyway, so he just kind of let it happen. He just basically made it so he didn't get hit in the heart, but he knew it was going to happen no matter what, so he let it happen and took advantage of it so he could use Gentle Fist through the chakra threads.
Okay. It's the same example, but it's the specific one
no,
that
it's
you
not.
were
This is
looking
way
for.
better.
No, it's the same one, but it's the one that you were specifically looking for.
It's not, though, because Naruto just Naruto didn't think he couldn't win, blah, blah, blah. He just was tricking him. He literally goes and keeps on fighting after.
Yeah, after the plan worked. Neji kept fighting after his plan worked.
Yeah, so it wasn't that he couldn't win.
Then why did Neji do the plan?
Neji was that he knew he couldn't dodge.
Did Neji... So okay, and if he can't dodge, he's not going to win.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Neji knew he couldn't dodge, so he stopped trying to dodge, and instead just used his chakra to make sure it wasn't a vital point. And then he took advantage of the fact that he was hit so that he could pass the chakra through the thread.
Yeah. And Naruto made a plan and executed on the plan. That's a vote.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So every fight in the series is similar, I guess.
Okay, no, that was just me simplifying it just to make you mad. Okay, but either way, I finished doing this. So now I have all 5 scenes back to back to back for this one exchange in the singular chapter. I guess to take him down, I'll need. In fact, let me share my full screen so you can see it too. Okay. In order to take him down, I'll need to use Uzuhiko. Oh, without playing my fate on solid ground, I can't use Uzuhiko. In that case, I'll get captured. Uzuhiko, and then hits Jura with Uzuhiko. There you go. All in one chapter. Makes sense to me. But anyways, I'm glad we had that conversation.